Hi everyone! To improve your skill at the keyboard, there are plenty of exercises that you can practice daily. And I mean practice, and I mean daily, or you won't get much better. Today we're going to be learning the B minor scale and its arpeggio or its broken chord. Now a minor scale is a set of 7 notes that generally gives you a negative, an evil, or a dark sort of mood. Now in music, we need to be able to express all sorts of emotions or moods. So the dark and the evil moods are as important as the happy and positive ones as well. There are 3 types of minor scales, but today we'll be learning the harmonic minor scale. So let's get into it. Let's start by placing our right thumb on B. Now this is middle C for your reference, so we're placing our right thumb right over here. Now when I talk about fingers, I'm going to talk about finger numbers. So I might say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 instead of thumb, pointer, middle, ring, pinky. So this is your first finger, your second, your third, your fourth, and your fifth fingers. So your thumb is your first, your pinky is your fifth, your middle is your third, etc. Right? So place your first finger of your right hand on B. And this minor scale has 2 sharps, C sharp and F sharp, as well as an accidental A sharp here to make it sound better when I end. So B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G, A sharp, and B. So consider that it has 3 sharps, but in theory it actually has only 2. To understand that, we'll get into that a little bit later. So start on B again with your thumb, your pointer on C sharp, your middle on D. Turn your thumb onto E, your pointer finger on F sharp, your middle finger on G. Stretch your ring finger here. This is a weird stretch. It might hurt a bit in the beginning. To A sharp, and your pinky finger, your fifth finger on B. And come back down the same way. So 5, 4, 3. You have to stretch here to G, 2 to F sharp, your thumb on E. This is the finger you turn on, so turn to D with your middle finger, C sharp, and B. So one more time. So 1, 2, 3, turn on 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, stretch here, 5. And coming back, 5, 4, stretch, 3, 2, 1, turn, 3, 2, 1. And that's the scale with your right hand. Now to play with your left hand, the fingers do something a little bit different here. So you don't use your pinky finger in this scale actually with your left hand. You start on your ring finger, and you do this because it makes some of the turns a little easier. So you start with your ring finger on B, middle finger on C sharp, second finger on D, first finger on E. And then instead of turning to your middle finger like we usually do, you're turning onto your ring finger again. So I'm doing this sort of 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1 sort of shape, right? Now it might feel a little awkward in the beginning, but it makes the scale much easier. Because if I started on my pinky, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, my thumb is a very short finger. Stretching it to reach a black key is really annoying. And then turning on this to play a white key with my middle finger, it'll make it really complicated. Right? So we start with our fourth finger, 4, 3, 2, 1 on E. And you turn on this, your ring finger reaches F sharp, 3 on G, 2 on A sharp, and 1 on B. And you come back the same way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here I bring my thumb underneath. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's a scale with your left hand as well. Now practice and get confident with each of your hands separately, but you can even try and play them with your hands together. Again, different fingers playing the same notes, so it's going to be a little complex. But once you get used to the scale on each hand, you should be able to put them together, and it'll sound something like this. To play the chord of any scale, you need to choose the first, third, and fifth notes of that scale and play them together. To play the broken chord, you play them one after another. So for the B minor scale, we're going to choose the first, the third, and the fifth notes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the beginning of our scale. So first, third, and fifth. So B, D, and F sharp will give me the B minor chord. And when I want to play it as an arpeggio or a broken chord, I'll just play them separately. 1, 2, 3, and then I'll go to B again with my pinky and come back down. So here I'm using my first finger on B, second on D, third on F sharp, fifth on B, this higher B, and I'm coming back the same way. 3, 2, 1. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 3, 2, 1. I can do that with my left hand as well, but the hand is inverted. So I'm starting on my fifth finger, 5, 3, 2, 1. All the notes are the same. So B, D, F sharp, and B. So 5, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1. And as I get more and more confident with this arpeggio, I can even put my hands together. Now, putting your hands together is not as complicated as the scale because there's less notes and there's no turns. But it's still a little weird because you're not doing the same fingers on the same notes. So you're starting with 1 and 5, 2 and 3, 3 and 2, and then 5 and 1. And then coming back the same way. So get confident with each hand before you try playing together. But that's how it'll sound, which is quite nice and full. If you want to challenge yourself, you can even try playing 2 octaves instead of just 1. So when I'm playing this scale, I'm ending on this B and coming back. But I can extend it to go 2 octaves, and I can do that with both my hands. I can do 3 or 4 octaves if my keyboard gave me the space to do it. So to challenge yourself, try and do more octaves. You can do that with the arpeggio as well. You can do that with 3 or 4 octaves as well, right? So make sure you practice, practice, practice. And there's always more ways you can challenge yourself when you practice. And all it will do is make you better at the keyboard. If this video helped you, don't forget to like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell to catch our latest content early. Thank you, and I'll see you at the next one at SIFF Young Artiste, where we nurture the artist in you.